Calling zhaoisintong a scoring machine is not an exaggeration at all. Once you watch this match, you will understand why. First, he drilled an ultra-long brown with incredible precision. The cue ball then bounced naturally back into the top half of the table. At this point, if he wanted to pot the blue into the bottom corner, it required an extremely thin contact and incredibly precise control of pace. Looking across the entire sport, apart from Selby and Ronnie O'Sullivan, there are almost no players who can pull that off. But zhaoisintong insisted on pushing the limit. Beautiful. That shot was simply magical. And if you think that was the end, the real explosion was still to come. At this point, both the pink and the cue ball were tight to the cushion. Potting the pink was not the hard part. The real difficulty was how to bring the cue ball onto the black. With this kind of angle, if the power was even slightly off, the cue ball could easily fly out of control, and all the work he had done before that would go to waste. Even zhaoisintong kept shaking his head when he saw the layout, but at that point, he had no choice but to go for it. Now let's witness what happened next. Unbelievable. With a powerful draw shot, he potted the pink while pulling the cue ball quickly back down to the lower half of the table. After coming off one cushion, it landed perfectly on the black. At this point, as long as he potted the black, zhaoisintong would win the frame, and the angle between the cue ball and the black was much easier than the one he had just faced. Williams, who had already lost 2 straight frames, was visibly extremely nervous at that moment. However, right after that, something very strange happened.